All right, welcome back to the KnivesFAST channel, and today we've got the first ever Asher knife on the channel, the Asher Nomad Frame Lock. Say hi to Ren and Stimpy, and let's get started. Guys, this one's real interesting. It comes by way of Asher Knives through the Apex Pass-Around group, so thanks David and thanks Justin at Asher for sending this one along. So this is actually the second knife I got in this. The first one that had already been out to a couple of reviewers is this guy right here. So this is, again, the Asher Nomad. Is a frame lock. And you say, well, why do you have two? So I'm going to tell you, but I'm going to try to just move on and not make a huge deal out of it. But the very first one that came was this one. And when I started flipping it open, I noticed right away that this lock bar on the frame lock felt kind of loose to me. You can see how I can just shove it way over to the other side. And then as I started flipping it, you know, you guys know me, I love thumb studs. So as I started using it more and more and more, I noticed very much that there was some shaking in the blade as it would come open. So it had developed some lock rock, and it's still there. Again, it's really hard to demonstrate because it's slight, because I have tightened these the pivot screw had come loose. So I tightened the pivot up, and that's why it's not really, it's really stiff on the shut right now, because I've locked it down to get rid of a lot of that blade rock. There was, man, I wish you could, let's see if I'm quiet, if you can hear it. Nope. Trust me, the blade is rocking, what I would call lock rock. So the lock is just not making proper engagement with the blade, in my opinion. So I pointed this out, and it's really easy. And again, you can just see how I can just, and it dances back and forth. That's not right. And I pointed it out to Justin at Asher Knives, who I'd never spoken to before until then. And Justin goes, man, that's an OEM issue. They have these made in China, or, you know, he said it may be an OEM issue. He didn't point it out. And so he said, man, I'm going to send you another one. So he immediately sent me another one, and that's this guy right here. So I have good news, guys. Whoops. I think that was just a fluke. So I'll show you something about this one right off the bat, and then we'll move on. So again, I can still sort of push this one over ever so slightly, but not anything like the other one. It is not sloppy. It doesn't bounce back. It is definitely a much better lockup. You know, I can move it, but I have to really try. I wish it locked up a little bit tighter. That's just me. There is no lock rock. There's no movement in the blade when it's locked. There is no blade rock. There's nothing like that. It is locked, and I have not had to adjust this pivot at all. It is spot on and good to go. So that's good news. And so probably just a fluke thing with that one, and hopefully, you know, really good. You know, again, I know tons of guys that love Asher Knives. Lefty EDC is one that comes to mind, and he just, you know, he would not be bragging on these things left and right if they had constant problems. So it's probably just a one-off thing. So let's get into the knife then, guys. So what about it? It is a really thin, super slicey, great EDC knife, and this guy is 7.4 inches open, 4.2 on the handle length, or about a little over 4, and then 3.2 on the blade. It is, of course, a drop point made out of S35 VN steel. Look at that, awesome. I absolutely love the Stonewash finish on this thing. And the only billboard we have is the Asher logo here on the blade, and then over here, the S35 VN up above the blade. It is a flat grind, very thin blade stock. You guys can see that. A little bit of swedging here, but it is a drop point. Very, very nice. And again, so what do we have? We have stainless steel on the lock side, and we have G10 on this side. No liner that I can see. Let me double check before I tell you that, but nope, no liner there. And then it is open except for this G10 back spacer, which again is black. Really, really nice, guys. I've heard people compare this as an option to the bug out. And again, it's different because it's not an axis lock. It's obviously a frame lock, but yeah, I could see that. Again, I couldn't find a weight on this guy, but I would say it's maybe 3.5 ounces. Again, don't quote me on that because that's just me. Super thin, guys. Just really, really cool. And let me show you. You know I don't do cutting tests on camera, but heck, I'll do this one because this guy is slicey. You can see. Now I'm going to stop this time. Last time I cut on camera, I kept going, and it didn't go well. So we're going to stop right there. It is very slicey and a really, really good knife. Thumb stud deployment knife, which you guys know is my favorite. I love a thumb stud deployment knife. Although I'm getting so much better at spidey flicking a thumb hole knife, a spidey hole or a thumb hole knife, that that is quickly coming to a tie. Really grippy on the G10, really digging that. No jimping back here, but you don't really need it. A nice flat spot there. And then on this side, it's stainless steel. It's not super grippy. There is a little sharpness on that piece right there and a little sharpness right here. Great access to get to the lock, if you can see that there by this cutout. And just a very thin grip, guys. I mean, I get a really good purchase on this. I can come up here with my thumb. Really, really good. Now, I will say, in a normal, like just EDC slicing, you're not going to feel it. But this pocket clip stands off quite a bit, and it's kind of thick. So if you get a really firm purchase on this, you are going to feel that pocket clip in the back of your hand here. Again, preference thing, may not bother you, but it's a thin knife, so you're going to pick that up. So there you go. What else? So as far as blade centering, I found that to be really, really good. And again, like I said, the lockup, once you get past that little thing I brought out earlier, the lockup is very well done. The action, again, I have been flipping the snot out of this, trying to get it to fail, and it's not going to. Guys, and the pivot is staying nice and tight and strong. The other one came loose on me, and I had to tighten it several times. That's why it's so locked down now. Nice sharpening choil here, I almost forgot to mention. Just a really well done knife. And as far you see there, it's not drop shut, but it is definitely easy shake shut. Nice and smooth and buttery on that. So I just want to thank Justin for, guys, he didn't question me at all. He just went, man, I'm really sorry, and sent another one. So really happy with that reaction. This will go on to the next guy in the Apex Pass Around group with no issues from my point of view. Really nice knife, really well done. Again, just very much liking it, and probably going to look to get myself one down the road because I do like it, and I'm not worried about it. So thanks so much for your support, guys. I just really appreciate it. Let me know what you think of this knife. If you got Asher knives, let me know what you think of them. And I can't wait. I've got the Spyro coming in down the road as well. So very excited about that. So appreciate it. And thanks for watching the KnivesFAST channel.